Okay, bonjour tout le monde. I'm here with my good friend Morten from Denmark, and we're going to do a little joint thing here. We do an Acadian tune and a Danish tune. The Acadian tune is the Chatham from Fidel Martin, a New Brunswick fiddler, and the Danish tune.
And we don't know who composed that. It's an old traditional tune from the island of Læsø in Denmark.
Ottemandsdans.
Ottemandsdans. Eight man's dance.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Nailed it. So, those were two tunes. I guess these are tunes of the week. And big thanks to my friend Morten for joining me all the way from Denmark. I've been friends with Morten for years and years. We met at the Northwest Folklife Festival. He's one of the best Danish guitarists and a huge connoisseur and ambassador for Danish folk music. He has a podcast and a radio show on Danish folk music and does a lot to support the different generations of Danish folk musicians. Morten's great. He's always been interested in French Canadian music, and a lot of Danish folk musicians actually are. They say there's a lot of similarities. I've always felt it too. Certainly Morten's been leading the charge. He had a band that used to play Danish versions of French Canadian songs, and the first album I heard him play on was the album of Haugaard and Høirup, which was with Harald Haugaard, and they had Le Vent du Nord on the album with them playing French Canadian and Danish kind of combined, in Danish tunes with the French Canadian lilt. So the two traditions go hand in hand. Morten actually, turns out he also recorded an album a long time ago with Reynald Wallet, the great French Canadian, a Quebecois accordion player and builder. So he's been a fan of French Canadian music forever, and I'm trying to do more Danish music because I just love Denmark and I love Danish music. I think it really fits. I don't know, there's something about it. So the first tune was called the Chatham. The Chatham. I don't know where it came from originally, but I heard it from a field recording of the Acadian fiddler Fidel Martin. Fidel Martin, I don't think he has any albums out. It's just field recordings. He was born in 1891 in Rogersville, New Brunswick, but he was recorded in 1967 by Art Rosenbaum, who was a really famous field recorder in America, in Berlin, New Hampshire. So he was living in New Hampshire, and I think he ended up dying in New Hampshire eventually. He was a World War I vet and a great fiddler, all kinds of different styles, American, Irish, French-Canadian, Quebecois, Acadian. He played all kinds of different styles of fiddling. And this tune is a blast from him, the Chatham. If anyone knows, if anyone's heard it outside of him, let me know. It sounds like it's got to be from somewhere, but it's just super fun to play. And I'll play a little bit now of his recording of it.
All right.
The second tune of the week is a Danish tune, Ottemandsdans, 8-man's dance. Morten said a little bit about it at the beginning of the video, but I talked to Kristian Bugge, and he had a little bit more information about it. He said it was from a small island in the far north of Denmark called Læsø Island. I think that's how it's pronounced, Læsø. It's reachable by ferry, but it's pretty far out there, and they have lots of great crooked tunes. And this tune is from the playing of Madvig Vilsen, who was kind of the main fiddler in the region, and he was recorded in the 1980s. And so I got it from Morten's trio that he had with Kristian Kristian Bugge, the great Danish fiddler, who's a really awesome musician, and Sonic Leidem, who's a great Danish accordionist, called Gangspil. So it's the first track on their album. Here, we'll play it now. You can hear them play it, and they're just such great musicians. That's Kristian fiddling. Let's do the Chatham now, the Chatham from Fidel Martin. Let's do it nice and slow. It's a tricky tune. It's pretty tricky. It's in F, so there's a B flat. So let's go. It's a hard tune, but I think it's pretty fun if you can get it under your fingers. We'll go slow. It's a flat B there. There you go, it's the A part. It has a lot of swing, so it's better fast. To get that bit of a hop in the bow. I'll teach that in a later video. Here's the B part. also does a little easier. Fun tune. It's really fun to play when you get the hang of it, but it might take a little bit to learn. It's a little tricky. A little tricky. So the Danish tune here is called Ottemandsdans, 8-man's dance. And it's not too hard, but it's got kind of funny pauses in it. I'll play it slow. 3 times. Little pause coming. Fun tune, fun tune, fun tunes.